So the first round of the NFL draft was last night. We had a lot of amazing picks. We had 4 Buckeyes in the top 11. We'll go by pick through pick. The second round is actually going on right now, and Caden McDonald, who came back for another night, is in the Texans to make that defense even better. And man, the video, I'll play it on the recap stream tomorrow. The emotion from Caden McDonald was... it made me emotional. I saw that, and I love K-Max so much. And to see that he gets to play with C.J. Stroud, it seems like we have a bunch of Buckeyes: Tommy Togoai, Caden McDonald, C.J. Stroud, Cade Stover. I was super happy to see it. Browns also just drafted Denzel Boston. So they got Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. Maybe Browns, with this defense building a little bit of they got their offensive linemen. They got 2 receivers. If they can go maybe another cornerback and another tackle or another guard, I think this Brown team could be pretty set up for next year's draft when they draft a quarterback. But I want to go through pick through pick. And before we do that, if you guys turned out for the live stream last night, thank you so much. It meant a lot to me. We're up there for the first, 25, 26 picks before we got off. And so thank you so much. Also remember to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed today's show. We're 8 subscribers away from 300. So I want to go pick through pick. So starting off at number 1, Fernando at 1. Obviously this is what the Raiders were going to pick. If you're asking me if I was the Raiders, I wouldn't have drafted Fernando. I would have traded back. I would have got a second first-round pick next year for it. I would have taken probably Maui Goa, fix this offensive line to help Ashton Genty. Now for next year, we have 2 first-round picks. That's when you draft your quarterback and your wide receiver, and then that's actually when you can actually start building a team. So that's what I would have done, but obviously Fernando's what they did, and that's what we all knew they were going to do. The Jets at 2, they took David Bailey, which they took the more polished edge rusher instead of the higher upside edge rusher, which I don't know. It's definitely, the Chiefs got R. Mason Thomas. Oof, that's brutal. How'd you let the Chiefs get R. Mason Thomas? But anyway, the Jets, they took David Bailey. They probably should have took Arvell Reese. I'm happy they took David Bailey. I'm really glad that Arvell Reese does not have to play for the Jets. He's actually going to be in the same stadium playing for the Giants, who I like much more. The Cardinals at 3, they got Jeremiah Love. Same thing with the Raiders last year when they drafted Genty. Who's Jeremiah? Cool, drafting a running back is sexy, but you don't have the offensive line to support him. And they probably should have traded back and also got an offensive lineman. There were so many amazing tackles in this draft. Then we go to the Titans at 4. The Titans getting Carnell Tate, which the highest Buckeye taken did not really have. I thought he was going to be the second or third highest player taken. Maybe he wasn't even going to. People said he was going to fall out of the top 10. He was going to be the second receiver taken behind Jordan Tyson. He goes to the Titans at 4. And kind of, again, with the Cardinals and the Raiders is, okay, you got a sexy skill position player. Cam Ward still does not have any protection. And in a division where you're playing against the Texans, and who else is in that division? With the Colts, and then it's Texans, Titans, Colts, and then what's the fourth team in that division? It's let me see. Who's the fourth team in that division? It's the man, who is the fourth? Oh my God, I feel so stupid right now. The Jaguars, right? Yeah, the Jaguars. So, those other teams don't have great edge rushers. I don't think Trayvon Walker's amazing. But the Texans have great edge rushers now with Caden McDonald and Tommy Togoai and everyone that they have, and Aaron Anderson. So Cam Ward's going to be running for his life. But I still like Carnell. At 5, the Giants took Arvell Reese. I like they took Arvell Reese. Be honest, I think they could have taken a couple other Buckeye players. Oh my God. Dude, the Bengals just took Cassius Howe. Oh my God. The Bengals last year drafted a Texas A&M edge rusher and it failed miserably. So what do? They get a Texas A&M edge rusher. Oh my God, the Bengals are so stupid. They might be the dumbest franchise ever, up there with the Browns. Anyway, honestly, Giants at 5. Honestly, I think they could have taken Sonny and Caleb, and they would have been better than Arvell. But, they take Arvell. The Chiefs at 6, who trade up from 9 with the Browns, draft Mansour Delane, which we know they needed a corner, but no one, the Browns, Commanders, and Saints, maybe the Saints were, none of them were going to draft. None of them are going to draft Mansour Delane. I mean, the Saints went offensive player. No one was drafting Mansour Delane, and they traded up with the Browns to get him. The Browns fleeced the Chiefs. I never thought I would ever. The Browns have been drafting very well recently. I mean, they got 3 picks from the Chiefs for a player that would have been available at 9. Maybe it's because the Chiefs don't pick high. I don't know. But they got fleeced. The Commanders at 7, they got Sonny Styles. Great pick. It's who we all knew was probably going to go there. If it was not Sonny, probably Jeremiah Love if he fell all the way down to 7. Love that pick. I mean, I don't know much about the Commanders, but I think Sonny Styles is going to be an amazing linebacker. At 8, the Saints pick Jordan Tyson. Don't really get it. A lot of the picks in this draft, I don't understand. I mean, the Saints already have one really good but always injured receiver in Chris Olave. And what do? They draft basically another injury-prone wide receiver. At 9, Browns got Spencer Fano. It's fine. I mean, we knew they were going to go offensive tackle. Just thought they were going to go Maui Go. They go Fano. If they think Fano's better, great. Good for them. At 10, which the Giants and the fan base was so upset. Malik Neighbors specifically was like, oh my God, we could have had Caleb Downs, and now we have to play against him twice a year. You freaking idiots. Their fan base was so mad they didn't pick Caleb Downs. We could have had 4 Buckeyes in the top 10, but they take Francis Maligoa. And then Caleb goes to the Cowboys at 11, which if you saw the video of their fans in that arena area where they're all together reacting to getting Caleb Downs, it's like, oh my God, the Cowboys defense is going to be really, really good now. They have Caleb freaking Downs, and the dumbass Giants passed up on him with John Harbaugh as the coach who loved safeties. Look at what? Caden Proctor at 12 for Miami. I mean, Miami traded away to get the 12th pick, to get this pick. Miami traded their best receiver away. And they traded their best receiver to get a high round pick to draft a receiver. What do? They don't draft a receiver. So Malik Lewis has no wide receiver help. Actually, Miami's on the clock right now. They have 2 minutes left. I'll tell you what they pick up. So if they pick up a receiver, I'll let you know. They're picking right now. Ty Simpson at 13. This is the biggest, and I would get more upset, but I'm kind of tired if you can't hear my voice. I'm pretty exhausted. I've been outside all day practicing with my little brother for football. This is the biggest, what pick? I mean, the Rams are preparing for a Super Bowl run with a aging wide receiver too. They don't have Cooper Kupp anymore. Draft Mekhi Lemon. He's already from LA. Draft Mekhi Lemon, and it sounds like when they drafted Ty Simpson, this was not Sean McVay's pick. Sean McVay was not happy. Everyone is pissed. They are pissed. But they drafted Caden Proctor. I like Caden Proctor, but not Caden Proctor. They drafted Ty Simpson. I like Ty Simpson, but what a mistake. This is basically what the Falcons did with Michael Penix a year ago. At 14, I got Ole Vega Ione out of Penn State going to the Ravens. This is actually who I had mock drafted to the Ravens. So this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Great pick. He's the best interior offensive lineman in the draft. At 15, Ruben Bain. And I cannot believe Ruben Bain fell all the way to 15. He stays in Florida, goes a little bit up the road to Tampa, and he will be a monster there. At 16, the Jets, somehow having 3 first-round picks, they mess everyone up drafting Kenyon Sadiq. They needed defense, and they don't get it. At 17, the Lions drafting Blake Miller. I mean, I had him drafting Monroe Freeling, so it's not like, oh my God, you drafted a tackle. Taylor Decker's aging. You needed that. At 18, And this is what befooled me, in the fact that I cannot believe Caden McDonald did not go in the first round, is you have the Vikings, who I thought were going to draft Dylan Thieneman. They draft Caleb Banks out of Florida, who literally had 0 sacks last year and only played in 3 games because he's injured. He had a great combine. I understand that. But man, what are we doing? The Vikings, terrible pick. But they're good anyways, so it doesn't really matter. The Panthers at 19, they get Monroe Frilling out of Georgia. You help Bryce Young out. I like the pick. He's a prototypical left tackle. Will say, I wish Sadiq fell all the way to them so they could have got him. Now at 20, the Eagles got Mekhi Lemon, which confirms A.J. Brown is going out of town, and they are going to get Mekhi Lemon, who I think is going to be a good receiver for them. And yeah, that basically means A.J. Brown is a Patriot. A.J. Brown is going to be a Patriot 100%. The Steelers at 21, now they don't have Calvin Austin, so they need wide receiver too. What do? They draft Max Ihenachor from Arizona State, the tackle. Maybe he's good, he's a tackle, but you need if Aaron Rodgers is coming back, don't you need to help him out? Like, he got absolutely destroyed against the Texans. You need another tackle, or you need another receiver. So, he got destroyed, so it helps him out there, but I don't know. I don't agree with that pick. Definitely think they should have got Omar Cooper. At 22, a very Jim Harbaugh pick. They pick Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. A little bit overrated, I think, but, I don't really care. I hope Jim Harbaugh's team fails, and I hope Justin Herbert, and I hope that team goes 0-17 every year. At 23, so Jerry Jones gets Caleb Downs, an absolute steal. All you have to do is not mess up the draft, and what does he do? Mekhi Lawrence, and I get it. The Cowboys have UCF's old defensive line coach, but seriously, I don't understand it. But whatever, I guess you got Caleb Downs, good enough. At 24, the Browns drafted Casey Concepcion. Horrible pick. This mofo can't catch the damn ball, but they kind of made up with it. They just drafted Denzel Boston. So you got 2 receivers. Hopefully one of them works out. At 25 was Dylan Thieneman. I cannot believe Dylan Thieneman fell all the way down to 25, but they get the safety out of Oregon. At 26, they get Kalen Rutledge out of Georgia Tech, the guard, and then CJ Stroud needs interior help, so that'll be big for him. 27, they get Chris Johnson from San Diego State. He's a good corner, but again, the Dolphins need a receiver, and they draft a tackle and a cornerback. So Malik Willis literally has 0 wide receivers to throw to, aside from like A-Chain out of the backfield. At 28, Caleb Lomu goes to the Patriots. Good for them. Will Campbell, the 4th overall pick of last year, was kind of disappointing. Get some more help, and Caleb Lomu can play left and right tackle, so that'll be big for them. Who did the Dolphins pick? The Dolphins just picked, did they get a receiver? Ha! Oh my God. Dude, if I'm a Miami fan, I'm just like, kill me. They draft Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech. They just not going to draft a receiver. Has Chris Brazzell been picked yet? Stribling went off the board before Wallace and before Brazzell. Dude, the Dolphins need to draft Chris Brazzell. Oh my God. Dude, I feel so bad for Malik Willis. Oh, that's so funny. All right, where was I? Caleb Lomu. Yeah, so that'll help the Patriots. But yeah, with Chris Johnson and the Dolphins, they need a wide receiver. They're not getting it anytime soon, I guess. At 29, another defensive tackle taken before Caden McDonald. They get Peter Woods. I like Peter Woods. If I'm going to be honest, I would have thought the Chiefs... What are they? They got a... I would have thought they would have... I guess, yeah. No, that makes sense. Chris Jones is old. That makes sense. At 30, the Jets get Omar Cooper. I feel so bad for Omar Cooper. Yeah. I don't know. Is it Geno Smith? Geno Smith is going to be the quarterback for the Jets. At 31, the Titans got Kedrick Falk. They get their edge rusher after getting Carnell Tate. And then finishing off the first round, The Seahawks, they don't draft back, which I thought they maybe should have done. They draft Jadarian Price out of Notre Dame. So this is the first time I think they've hit in history, only 2 running backs drafted in the first round. Both were from Notre Dame, which I don't agree with. I think Jadarian Price is fine. Definitely think Emmett Johnson and Jonah Coleman are better running backs, but that's all they did. So Lions let's move to the second round so we can draft a little. Deshaun Stribling from Ole Miss. Okay, they get a receiver. Chase Bazona's going to the Cardinals. They got a guard. Good for them. TJ Parker going to the Bills. Would have thought they would have went linebacker with CJ Allen. Caden McDonald going to the Texans. We love that. Colton Hood from Tennessee. Whoa. Colton Hood went before Jamad McCoy. The second Tennessee cornerback went before the first Tennessee cornerback because of injury. Did not see that coming. Trayvon Stukes from Arizona, the safety, goes to the Raiders. Denzel Boston from Washington, the receiver, goes to the Browns. R. Mason Thomas goes from Oklahoma, goes to the Chiefs. They have a great defensive line. The Bengals, being the dumbasses that they are, draft another Texas A&M edge rush after the first one did not work out. Christian Miller from Georgia, the defensive tackle, went to the Saints. Jacob Rodriguez went from Texas Tech to the Dolphins. And then Derek Moore, the Michigan edge rusher, goes to pair up with Aiden Hutchinson to the Lions. Ravens are picking up next. I think that's all I'm going to end it here. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Today, I just knowing how this wasn't a great video. I'm exhausted for today. I'm going to make an announcement video coming out later today, but I'll say it also here if you're still watching. We're going to be doing a UFL stream for the Aviators-Houston game Sunday at noon, so tune in for that if you are interested. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys all tomorrow, and as always, thank you.